Hey everyone, welcome back to Scene Decoded. Today we're diving deep into episode 9 of The Beginning After the End. At the beginning of episode 9, we see Arthur practicing his time-freezing ability inside his room. Arthur still hasn't fully mastered this power yet. He can only do it for a few seconds, and even that much makes him extremely tired. Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, no matter what happens, I need to increase my power even more for my family members and those I care about. Right then, we see Sylvie coming in, and Arthur grabs her and starts showering her with love. Then Arthur says, "Oh man, what's this smell? Sylvie, how many days has it been since you bathed?" So we see Arthur taking Sylvie to the bathroom and giving her a really good bath. While doing this, Arthur also starts thinking about Lilia, how her parents worry about her because Lilia still hasn't been able to activate her mana core. Then we see Sylvie, who after getting a nice bath, starts sparkling beautifully. Right then, we see Alice coming there and she says, "Well then, Arthur, now it's your turn to sparkle." We see Arthur, who couldn't think of anything at all. What did she mean by "my turn to sparkle"? Then we see Arthur being forcibly taken to a parlor. After coming out of the parlor, as soon as he stands in front of his mom and everyone else, we see him sparkling brilliantly, and he had also become a very handsome boy. Then we see Alice saying, "Oh Arthur, you're looking so beautiful. In a few days, many big guests are going to come to the Helsty auction house, and we can't send you there looking like before, right?" Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, was I really looking that dirty? Then Ellie comes in front of Arthur and says, "Brother, take me out for a walk." Then Lilia comes and says, "Arthur, ever since you came, you've forgotten about me." Arthur says, "Oh, it's nothing like that. She just wants to get to know her big brother better." After this, we see all three of them talking very nicely and getting to know each other better. We see all of them walking around the market together and having a lot of fun. They were also doing a lot of shopping. Right then, we see some boys from Xyrus Academy throwing some cloth-like thing on Arthur's head. Seeing this, Arthur says, "Who are these people?" Lilia says, "These are all students from Xyrus Academy. They wear the school uniform and think they're very important, and that's why they also bully the weak." Then Arthur, while walking on the road, starts feeling a very powerful aura, and as soon as he turns back to look, all this aura was coming from a shop. As soon as they go near the shop, we see there were many beast cores there. Then we learn that this is also a magic core that is extracted from mana beasts, and this thing is used to increase the power of its owner. Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, buying and selling mana beast magic cores wasn't part of the elves' culture. Then Lilia's mother says, "This magic core depends on its owner's will. Each magic core is worth even 100 gold coins." Alice says, "With 100 gold coins we could live in our hometown for 250 years. Hearing this, Arthur says, "What, 250 years? Is it that expensive?" Lilia's mother says, "For our auction house we've kept 2 or 3 such magic cores safely stored. Arthur, we'll let you touch them too." Arthur says, "That would be very kind of you." Then we see Lilia, who despite not having magic, wanted to obtain a magic beast mana core to try to increase her power. Then her mother says, "Lilia, I've already told you before, even if you obtain a mana beast core, it doesn't mean you can activate your magic, and besides, such an expensive thing shouldn't be given to a child." After saying this, both of them start to leave. After this, we see everyone eating together. Then we see Lilia, who was very sad. Seeing her, Arthur starts thinking to himself, I can understand this much. Lilia's mother doesn't want her daughter to make any wrong decision in haste. I can understand why she's so sad. Maybe because she couldn't live up to her father's expectations. Then as Arthur looks forward, we see Lilia wasn't there. Then Arthur notices Lilia was leaving from in front of him. So Arthur starts following her. Then we see Lilia coming to a magic item shop. In front of her were some cheaper mana cores. Seeing this, Lilia starts thinking to herself, I can at least afford this much with my money. Then Arthur comes there and says, Lilia, you know that obtaining a beast core doesn't mean you can unlock your magic. Then Lilia says, when did you get here? And besides, until I try, how would I know? After saying this, as she goes to grab the beast core, we see Arthur quickly grabbing her hand and saying, Lilia, if this doesn't succeed, what will you do? Then Lilia says, we've tried so many things till now, so we should try this too. Arthur, you won't understand because you're a very special child. My mom and dad will never let me touch a beast core, no matter how many times I ask them. Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, so my guess was absolutely right. Lilia considers herself a burden on her parents. Lilia throws off Arthur's hand and says, let me go. After saying this, she pushes back into a boy, And that boy says, "Hey, who is this kid? What do you think? Who are we?" Then we see Arthur coming forward to protect Lilia, and he starts looking at that boy's uniform. This was a Xyrus Academy uniform. Then we see the shop owner coming and saying, "What's all this noise? Why is there so much trouble here?" Then as he looks forward and sees these are Xyrus Academy students, the shop owner gets terrified and says, "Oh, nothing. Take your time. Feel free." Then those students, using fire magic, say, "Now what should we do with these kids?" Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, "I wanted to stay away from trouble, but it looks like trouble is about to happen." Then we see another student saying, "Now you guys can't even run away." Then we see Arthur, to protect Lilia, also starts using defensive magic. Then we see Lilia's mother coming there and saying, "You two children, stop your magic right now." Then the students say, "Hey, who are you to order us around?" We see the shop owner, who can't do anything himself, but still says, "Why are you making these children angry? You know these are Xyrus Academy students. If they get angry and do something wrong, my shop will be ruined." Then Lilia's mother says, "Do you students think you can hurt the only daughter of the Hellstein family and get away with it?" Just hearing the name, those students also get very scared, because the Hellstein family gives a lot of funding to Xyrus Academy, and the director would be very angry if he found out these people had messed with the Hellstein family's child. Their careers would be ruined. So those people, even though they didn't want to, start leaving, and while going, they say, "You'll just book seats with your father's money anyway, right?" We see Arthur getting very angry at this, and was about to beat him up, but then we see Lilia stopping him. Then we see that as soon as they come home, Lilia's father starts worrying a lot. Then Lilia comes forward and says, "Papa, please forgive me." Then Lilia's father says, "My daughter, you don't need to worry about anything. And Arthur, you don't need to worry either. I donate to the school, so you won't have any problem getting entry into the school." Then Lilia says, "So Papa, did you want to admit Arthur to school instead of me because I haven't been able to unlock magic yet?" Then her father says, No, when did I say that?" Then Lilia says, "I can never use magic, so now instead of me, you want to send Arthur to that academy, right?" Lilia's mother says, "Oh Lilia, what are you doing? Calm down." We see Lilia getting very angry and saying, "Papa, I hate you so much. Arthur, I hate you so much too." After this, the scene changes, and we see Arthur calling out to Lilia, "Lilia, come out quickly. Everyone is waiting for you. Dinner is ready." Then Arthur notices one more thing. In Lilia's house, there was also a servant who tells Arthur about Lilia's father. From a young age, Lilia's father used to tell Lilia, "Lilia, we'll send you to an academy where you'll become a magician." We see little Lilia getting very happy because she would become a magician one day. But as time passed, Lilia also grew up, but her magic core still hadn't awakened. Because of this, her parents would tell her, "Lilia, don't be sad. Don't worry. There's no hurry." Then Lilia's father would also say, "Yes, Lilia, I donate a lot of money to the academy. You don't need to worry about donation. A seat will always be kept empty for you." But we see Lilia wasn't happy about this at all. And she starts thinking about that conversation where her father was saying that Arthur should be sent to the academy. He's very talented. And she was also thinking about where the Xyrus Academy students told her, "This girl can easily book a seat with her father's money. What's her worry?" Again, we see Arthur finally finding Lilia and saying, "Lilia, your mom and dad are waiting for you." As Arthur goes to say sorry to her, Arthur starts thinking to himself, "If I say sorry to her, won't she think I'm being arrogant?" Then Lilia says, "Arthur, please forgive me. I was just getting jealous of you. You suddenly came with so much power and my father's complete attention went to you." Then Arthur starts saying, "Why are you thinking like this?" Then Lilia says, "Forgive me. This is my fault, because I'm the one who can't use magic from the beginning. I'm sure today I made my mom and dad very sad." Then Arthur starts thinking to himself, "I know this feeling very well, someone who considers themselves very guilty and also stops trusting themselves." Then he quickly grabs Lilia's cheeks and says, "Lilia, what you're thinking is completely wrong. I can even see myself how hard-working a girl you are. When I had gone very far from my mom and dad, there was a girl there who always comforted me." Then, spelling his magic, he starts creating small fireflies in his hands. And Arthur says, "This is my favorite beautiful flower that I saw with that girl. Here, Lilia. Your mom and dad also know what a hard-working girl you are. And forget about me. God made me with some special spice and threw me here as somehow different. That's why I'm a little different from others." We see Lilia starting to laugh a lot hearing all this. Then she says, Arthur, Papa wanted to make me a magician because he wanted to see me happy, and that's why Papa has been donating to the school since then. And look at me, I understood it completely wrong. Then Arthur, looking at Lilia, says, Lilia, do you really want to use magic? We see Lilia's mom and dad getting very worried because through Arthur, they find out their daughter wasn't even there. Arthur says, don't worry, I've sent Lilia to the place where I came from, and Lilia will go there, train well, activate her mana core, and come back as a great magician. Then Lilia's father says again, Arthur, that's not the point right now. How could you do such work without our permission? Then Arthur says, this was Lilia's wish. After saying this, Arthur gives Lilia's farewell letter to her father. Lilia's father starts reading the letter, which said, Mom and Dad, I can't use magic right now, so for now I'm useless to you. It doesn't matter how many years it takes, I'll become a great magician and come stand before you. We see Lilia's father falling to his knees and saying, I'm completely crazy. From childhood, I've just made her feel that she can only be happy if she becomes a magician. The truth is she doesn't need to become a magician, or whether she can do magic, that doesn't matter either. The truth is she's my only daughter. Then we see Arthur saying, Lilia, you can come out now. Then we see Lilia, who was listening to all the conversation from behind the door. As soon as she comes out, we see Arthur going to her and saying, Lilia, see, I told you. Lilia says, Mom and Dad, please forgive me. Then Arthur says, no, it's not her fault. This mistake is mine. I planned all this. Please forgive me. If any child gets lost, it's a very painful thing for their parents, because I know this very well. Because of me, my mom and dad had to go through such pain, and using the same method on you, I did something very terrible and painful. Then Lilia's father says, no, I understand. I'm the reason behind all this. Alison Reynolds, please forgive me. I was just thinking about how I could send your son to school, but I didn't think about how long it had been since your son came back to you. Lilia, please forgive me too. You don't need to go to the academy, and you don't need to become a magician either. I'll make sure as your father to keep you happy every day. Then Lilia says, no, Pa, I want to go to the academy myself. I also want to become a magician. Even if not today, gradually, I want to learn to use magic one day. I want to become such a magician who gives happiness to other people, like Arthur. We see Lilia's mom and dad hugging her and saying, we know you can do it one day. Then Arthur says, so then it's decided. I'll activate Lilia's mana core. Then we see both Lilia and Ellie sitting opposite each other. Lilia's mother says, I have no doubt about Arthur's talent, but how will he activate Lilia's mana core? Then Arthur says, your first step is breathing, that is breathing correctly. Then he starts thinking to himself, your mana core is a very sensitive thing that works only with the right rhythm of breathing. Then Arthur starts slowly teaching them the correct process of breathing in and out. Then Arthur says, you both close your eyes and then see. After a while, you'll see some sparkling light. They start the process. Then we see Ellie exclaiming, I can see some light. Hey, where did it go? Then Arthur says, that's because you stopped breathing correctly in the middle. Then Lilia says, but I still haven't seen anything. Then Arthur says, don't worry, keep doing it slowly. Now what I'm going to do will feel a bit warm to both of you, but don't pay attention to that. Keep concentrating the way you were. Then we see Lilia, who was concentrating. Then she could see many small lights in front of her, and she also says that the light is so beautiful. We see hearing this, Lilia's parents were completely amazed and very happy for their daughter. Then we learn that Arthur's first process of mana core activation was successful. Then we see everyone partying together and congratulating Lilia because she had crossed the first step. Then Arthur says, it will take you another 2-3 years to stabilize your power. I know it's difficult, but keep practicing like this every day. Then Lilia says, Arthur, what do you think? Which element should I get? Then Arthur makes such a face as if he wants to show, oh, so Miss Lilia is flying very high now. And Lilia also makes such a face, hey, what are you trying to say? Then we see both of them starting to laugh a lot again. After this, we see many soldiers going behind a palanquin, and in between, we see a man saying, auction house. Will there be something there that can entertain me? So friends, this was today's episode. I hope you liked the episode. If you liked the episode, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.